Wired reported on this and much more over the past 31 days. Below, a selection of the most read stories on the best way to observe this astronomical event is to be somewhere in the path of totality that will experience total darkness in the middle of the day. If you can't do this, you have two other options: buy a pair of solar glasses or make a pinhole. As for me, I will use a pinhole because it's fun to make stuff. Red Align, the Los Angeles company leading the race to fulfill Elon Musk's dream of tubular transit, tested its pod for the first time last weekend. That pod is 28 feet long and made of aluminum and carbon fiber. It looks a bit like a bus with a beak. A fast bus with a beak. Once loaded into a 1,600-foot-long concrete tube in the Nevada desert, the pod hit 192 mph in about 5 seconds, using an electric propulsion system producing more than 3,000 horsepower. Alex Davies, what is many tumors? I asked. He looked defeated, saying they stopped counting after 10. Matt Bank, the science in James Damore's memo is still very much in play, and his analysis of its implications is at best politically naive and at worst dangerous. The memo is a species of discourse peculiar to politically polarized times, cherry-picking scientific evidence to support a pre-existing point of view. It's an exercise not in rational argument but in rhetorical point scoring. And a careful walk through the science proves it. Megan Molteni, Adam Rodgers. Then he sat upright and started thinking about what he could steal. Andy Greenberg, a group of researchers from the University of Washington, has shown for the first time that it's possible to encode malicious software into physical strands of DNA, so that when a gene sequencer analyzes it, the resulting data becomes a program that corrupts gene sequencing software and takes control of the underlying computer. Andy Greenberg: scientists are people, subject to the same cultural norms and beliefs as the rest of society. The systemic sexism and racism on display every day in this country also exist within the confines of science. Scientists are not as objective as they think they are. It is an extremely destabilizing realization for someone whose entire career has been rooted in the belief in human objectivity. Alison Coyle: prior to Kushner's talk, Katie Patru, the Deputy Staff Director for Member Services, Outreach, and Communications, told the assembled interns, "To record today's session would be such a breach of trust, from my opinion. This town is full of leakers, and everyone knows who they are, and no one trusts them." Wired has obtained a recording of Kushner's talk, which lasted for just under an hour in total. Ashley Feinberg.